So hi everyone, this is David and I'm here to talk about Subtitle Edit 5 Release Candidate 3 and it's probably the last release candidate before the final version 5. So the video is more about kindly guys keep testing and reporting issues, one issue per comment, and thanks again to everyone that's helping out. So as you can see, work is still ongoing at the moment, and you can click on this releases section here to see the releases. So obviously this was released about 2 days ago, and you can download whatever setup that you want, but I've downloaded the Windows zipped version and I'll open it up. This particular one here is Subtitle Edit 5 Release Candidate 3. I'll just open it up right there, and as you can see it's right there. So obviously it's about testing what is already there, because if we take a look at the change log right here, as you can see version 5 is coming, so it's good to kind of test, see what is happening, and you can see all the different things that have been happening in the release candidates. That is the third, the second release candidate, and then we've got the first release candidate post coming out from the beta versions. Now I wish we can still have like release candidate 4, because what I've noticed, if I go back to the code and click on commits, as you can see 1 minute ago, there's still a couple of new things being added. For example, I've seen something like it's called sense voice, and then I saw something like, I think it's fun something, should be probably in the next page. There was fun, what is it called? It's called something, should be fun something, fun ASR or something. Let us see. Yesterday, Avalonia, yeah, there was fun ASR nano that was added, so it would be good to have release candidate 4 so that we can be able to actually test how those are actually working. Now let's do a quick one here, just get a video from the tutorials folder that we use. Just get the video here and just do some quick subtitles. Crisp ASR, parakeet, and then we go for this parakeet. So a couple of things here that have happened. You can see that now the built-in aligners do have the indicator up to date, not installed, which is really good. It's good to see that. Obviously the transcription process goes smoothly and all that. The short video, and once it's done, there's something I want to comment about once the subtitles are done. So there we go, the subtitles are there. I noticed it's kind of not appending the subtitles properly for some strange reason. For example, welcome should be here, I think, even when you're reading from a script. Welcome to, so welcome is here, but what comes in is my name. So things need to move around a little bit here. I don't know why, but that's need testing and all that. If I go to what I wanted to talk about, generate video with bundling subtitles, we're still having this particular issue of having there being no preview window. We would like to have at least a preview window here. Then also, as for the effect, it should only be indicated in the effect section. If I click on this and add a fade out, fade in and fade out, okay, it also shows in the logo section right there. Probably could be just a slight bug, but I wish we get the preview window like what we have in Subtitle Edit 4, because it's always good to have a preview of what your subtitles are actually going to look like. Let's open a subtitle and then just do bundling subtitle. This particular preview window here is really important. I wish you can have it, because it also has a seek bar. You can see what your subtitles look like once they're done. Press escape to get out of that, which is really good. This is actually missing from here. can we have, instead of this is a test, let's just have the replacement of that with the preview window as we should have it, like in Subtitle Edit 4.1.6 or 4.0.15 here, right there. So a couple of things just to mention there. I don't think there's anything else I've kind of seen in that section, but I think I've seen something else, like for the text to speech. At least it's good we also have indicators right here. Probably what we don't have is, for example, if I want to do this 1.7b design right here, voice design, for me to use it, for example, if I right click, there's nothing that happens. We should have like a download window. If I select it here, click on it, I should be able to either right click or just have something to click there to download and install, like what we have for the speech to text. But for you to use it, you kind of need to click on generate from text to speech for these to actually load. And when it loads, that's when you see how big it is. So it would be important to have like the size and also a download button here to help us know what is there. So we go for Kokoro TTS right there. I've tried to right click and nothing happens, not installed. So as for this one, you can actually click on this and then click on download. Now it would be important to have the size for that as well. It's not available, so that's a bummer a little bit. And then we've got OmniVoice. You can click on it, you can download CPU, Vulkan or CUDA. It would be important to kind of see the size, but if you click on that, it starts doing whatever it's doing. It's downloading. There we go. I wish we could see the size. Say download. Let's go for CUDA. This might be a little bit bigger, but let's see. It's downloading, but it would be important to have like the size for the different text-to-speech engines that we're downloading. That will be important right there. Open containing folder. OmniVoice doesn't look too big. Yeah, it's not too big. Close. And then for the gender, you can say male, age, you can do young adult, pitch, moderate pitch, accent. Let's do American accent. What is whisper? What is this? Let's see. Okay, so that's done. But all in all, it would be important to have something for the text to speech, like right here, like the download button, or just right click. But the download button would be much better right there. What else is there? Yeah, because as for this one, I just need to click on this so that everything can pop up, which I don't think is highly welcome. What else have I noticed? Let me see. I don't think this. Okay, the last one, the last and final one is about the import plain text. Now, because we already have the align time codes via text to speech, I think the issues I kind of mentioned Montreal a few years ago, like a year ago. Now, I don't know if this is kinda can be done. Something that I can kinda recommend is we actually get the MFA Montreal Foster Liner incorporated right here. Align time codes via Montreal Foster Liner, because obviously we just get to download MFA this year, and it's highly updated. Yes, as of February 2nd. Yeah, it would be awesome to have it in Subtitle Edit, and yeah, that is more or less like a recommendation for this, because we already have align time codes via speech to text. We can also have align time codes not using the speech to text engine, but more or less using the Montreal Foster Liner, because all we needed with this is kind of get the audio, get the subtitles, and then it does the rest. So hopefully in the future we're going to get that, even if not now. But maybe of quick importance now is just the banning subtitles to video. right here, like the preview section, and also the text-to-speech engines right there. So maybe we can still have another release instead of the release candidate 3 being the last, as we test out the remaining things that we can kind of see. But that's it for this video. Please take note, release candidate release candidate 3 might be the final one before version 5. So please keep testing and report issues, 1 issue per comment. That's it for this video. I hope it's of value to you. Thanks for watching.